अरे यार, किसी कोई गलती से रिमूव हो गया। हाँ, शुरू हो गया भाई, रिमूव हो गया, ज्वाइन कर लेना भाई, गलती से हुआ है। चलो, as you know that good evening my dear students. As you know that yesterday I was unable to deliver my lecture, and as you know that teaching is very difficult if you are teaching any subject first time, and after second third times you will be comfortable in whole life. So okay, this is the no problems. As you know that I am going to discuss the question, and this problem is based on the landmark judgment which have been mentioned in your syllabus, that is the M Muhammad versus Union of India. This case I have to discuss. As you know that before going to discuss any topic, I always discuss previous year question paper. Today there are two parts of my class. First part of my class is that regarding discussion of this particular question, and second part of my discussion is that this question is the question is that define food. What is the meaning of food? This question was asked in 15, 17, 18, 19. It means each and every questions there is small part. जैसे मान लीजिए कोई क्वेश्चन है 10 नंबर का है कि डिस्कस फसाई, तो उसमें एक स्टार्टिंग वर्ड है डिफाइन फूड एंड डिस्कस रोल एंड फंक्शन ऑफ द फसाई. That's why my point is that today I will divide my class into two parts. First is that define the food. This is the very important words which have been discussed and prescribed in our syllabus as well as the bare provisions. And first part of my question is that my discussion is that which is based on this particular case. Whatever is the facts of this particular problem is the same. It is the similar facts of this particular case, M. Muhammad versus Union of India. It means whatever I am going to discuss the problem, it means you can modify that problem as a fact of this particular case. So come to the point. Come to the point is that here Yan, for example, Yan is a Narendra Yan Neha, as you can choose whatever you may. For example, here Neha was engaged in a business. Neha was engaged in the business. She was doing business. And in that business, what she was doing business of importing, processing, and wholesale. What things of raw areca nut? What is the meaning of raw areca nut? I will discuss later on. But for example, raw areca nut, commonly called betel nuts. Commonly called betel nuts. Betel nuts means in the layman language supari. जैसे हम लोग सुपारी कहते हैं ना, at time of chewing or consuming pan masala gutka whatever is that, supari is the very crucious. एक मिनट. हाँ अखिलेश.
हाँ सॉरी सर, हिलाव कर दीजिए.
अच्छा अच्छा, और कोई बात नहीं, चलो रुक जाओ. हाँ आज चलो हो गया है. हाँ अखिलेश अब आ गए. अखिलेश आ गए हो? शायद आ गए होंगे तो. अभिषेक कभी नहीं आया भाई. अच्छा चल चलो आ गया, कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है. हाँ देखो भाई, तुम लोग को कभी लेट हो जाए तो हिचकिचाने की जरूरत नहीं है. यह टीचिंग एक क्लास ही है. हम तुम लोग के क्लास के पर्पज से पढ़ाते हैं. कभी ये मत सोचना कि हमने यूट्यूब पर डालने के पर्पज से पढ़ाते हैं या किसी और पर्पज से पढ़ाते. नहीं, कुछ नहीं. हमारे क्लास का टीचिंग का मतलब ये स्टूडेंट. अगर स्टूडेंट ही ना रहे तो फिर उस क्लास का पढ़ने पढ़ाने का कोई मतलब ही नहीं बनता है. तो तुम सब कभी भी कॉल कर लिया करना, कोई दिक्कत हो तो बोल देना करना, क्योंकि तुमसे हम हैं, हमसे तुम सब नहीं हो. चलो और स्टार्ट करते हैं. So my point is that here this is the questions I was going to start. And this is the Neha. Neha was engaged in the business of which types of business she was engaged. She was engaged in the business of import, processing, and wholesome of which things of raw areca nut. What is the raw areca nut? Raw areca nut commonly known as a betel nuts. This is commonly known as a betel nuts in garbled form. In garbled form I will discuss what is the meaning of ungarbled form. But in the layman, you can say that there are two types of betel nuts. There are two types of betel nuts. One is the raw betel nuts. One is the raw betel nuts, and other is the pure betel nuts. Raw betel nuts and pure betel nuts. It means, for example, you can understand paddy and rice. Paddy is the raw material. Paddy is the raw material for which things? For the rice. Paddy is the raw material for the rice, and rice comes from the paddy, but rice is a purified form of the paddy. Here, garbled, if I say garbled betel nuts, it means without purification. If I say betel nuts, it means with purification. So this is the important points. It means my point was that Neha was engaged in the business of importing, processing, wholesale of raw areca nut. Raw areca nut. Areca is a language which is commonly used in the South India, and in the English it is used in the betel nuts, and supari is used in the our side, that is the Hindi language. So whenever I say areca nut, betel nuts, supari, each and everything are same words. The wholesale I will that. One day what happened? Neha imported 700 bags. How many quantity of the betel nuts? 700 bags. From where? From which country? From the Sri Lankan country. From Sri Lanka. What she purchased? What she imported? She imported betel nuts. It was disclosed by the bill of entry dated on 10th September 2017. It means when she produced bill of entry, in the bill of entry each and every detail was mentioned, and according to the bill of entry, Neha had imported betel nuts. Quantity of that betel nuts was 700 bags from the Sri Lanka, and that betel nuts arrived in India at the Chennai port on 10th September 2017. The concerned here date is something different, while in case of Muhammad, date is something different. The concerned authorities, this is the one part. This is the one part of the question. Now, second part. What is the second part? The concerned authorities passed an examination order. Concerned authority, for example, Commissioner of the Food Safety, passed an examination order. It means order was directed. Order was issued for examination of the betel nuts. Whether what is the quantity of betel nuts, whether that is the betel nuts or something different. Each and everything was order was passed for the examination. As you know that betel nuts is responsible for causing the cancer. Yesterday I told you, even in a simple manner, if you are not using the pan masala gutka, you may hit by the cancers, but there is a lesser chance. But if you are consuming the betel nuts, in that circumstances, there is a much more chance, most probability you will be suffered from the cancer. That's why be careful, save your chicks so that it can be utilized in future by someone other persons. तो my point is that अपने स्वास्थ्य का खुद ही ध्यान रखें, ज्यादा बेटर होगा, otherwise जिंदगी बड़ी नरक हो जाती है. The concerned authorities passed in examination order in which what was the direction? Direction was given to get the custom clearance for consignment and after a test report as well as no objection certificate from the prescribed authority. And objected to these directions, decide. What is the question? In simple words, there are three parts of the question. First part was said that Neha, who was doing business of importing, processing and wholesale of raw areca nut. On 10th September 2017, she imported betel nuts from the Sri Lanka. And that goods, that substance arrived at the Chennai port. When that arrived, she submitted bill of entry. Bill of entry. On the basis of the bill of entry, commissioner under the Food Safety and Standard Authority Act directed him to get the no objection certificate. To get no objection certificate, it means if she is unable to get NOC, she will not be allowed to sell that matter to in this country, या to distribute और मतलब पोर्ट से अगर एनओसी अगर नहीं मिलता है तो उसको कहा गया कि विदाउट एनओसी के तुम पोर्ट से सामान बाहर लेकर आ ही नहीं सकती हो। ये हर जगह ऐसा ही रहता है, इस तरह का होता है। थर्ड पार्ट इज that is the Neha objected. Why Neha objected? According to Neha, she was saying that whatever she had imported, that does not come under the definition of good. So there is no need to take the NOC. But authority was saying that no, Neha, no. This argument is not sustainable. Whatever you have imported from the Sri Lanka, that come under the category of food. And in that circumstances, Food Safety and Standard Act will be applied. It means struggle started from both the sides. One side Neha and other side that is the authorized agency, prescribed government. In that government, Neha was saying no, she had imported ungarbled betel nuts rather than betel nuts. So that's why that will not come under the category of food. But authority was saying betel nuts or ungarbled betel nuts both come under the category of food, under the definition of food. So it is immaterial whether you have imported betel nuts or garbled betel nuts. In both the circumstances, you have to file the NOC. In that circumstance, Neha filed writ petition before the Madras High Court, and that writ petition was heard and decided by honorable single judge, but she was unable to get the remedy. Now I will decide the proceed further. This was the question. Answer is that this problem is based on the ratios of M. Muhammad versus Union of India. N will not get any remedy. N will not get any remedy. My point is that once you write in the very beginning in a crystal clear words, of course examiner will give much more marks, because merely writing one line that Neha will not get any remedy, it means examiners can understand that that girl or boy knows about whole things about this particular case. As you wish. How come to the M. Muhammad versus Union of India? Now I will start discussion of this case. Regarding, we have to discuss the facts, issues, arguments of appellants, respondent, decision, ratios, conclusion. But as you know that you are a student, you are not a master of this subject, you are a learner. That's why I tried to make understand this subject in a lucid manner. So I will avoid separate argument of these two things. I will discuss in such a manner you can understand argument of both, but in something different way. My way is different. Come to the M. Muhammad versus Union of India. What was the fact? Okay, according to the fact, M. Muhammad rather than Yan. तो पहले एग्जाम्पल में हम क्या कहते थे? यन कहते थे, यन यूज करते थे, लेकिन अब के एग्जाम्पल में हम यम यूज करेंगे, यम मोहम्मद. यम मोहम्मद was the petitioner. Yam Mohammed imported betel nut. What he imported? He imported betel nuts, which is also known as a supari, which is also known as a areca nut. Okay, from where? From which country? From Sri Lanka. Okay, what was the quantity of this? Quantity was 50,942 kg. On which particular date? On the June 19, 2014. Okay, it means what is the difference between facts of this question and this? Here there was 700 bags. See, here there was 700 bags, but here this is not 700 bags. It talks about 50,942 kg. At that particular time, date was 2017. But here date of the case is that 19th June 2017. He submitted bill of entry. Yes, in that problem, Neha submitted bill of entry. He submitted bill of entry. Where he submitted bill of entry? he submitted bill of entry in Chennai. He submitted bill of entry in Chennai. On the same date, it means when the betel nuts arrived at the Chennai airport, he submitted entry bill of entry on that particular date. मैं पांडिचेरी में चेन्नई में कई दिन रहा हूँ, क्योंकि लगभग 8-9 महीना उधर ही जॉब किया था। थोड़ा सा अच्छा लगता है, कुछ ही दिन अच्छा लगता है, लास्ट में तो वहाँ दीपावली होली कुछ पता ही नहीं चलता है, सब ऐसे ही चलते रहता है, सब अपना अपना कल्चर है। So my point is that this was the fact. What happened when bill of entry was submitted subsequently? Commissioner of Customs Chennai, who passed an order for the examination, that is the examination order, and according to that examination order, he directed Mr. Mohammed, please Mr. Mohammed, go and make testing of this quantity and take the test report as well as no objection certificate from the second authorized officers, that from the second, यहाँ second कट जाएगा भाई, गलती लिखाया हुआ है, ये second word नहीं होगा, ये कटेगा, पार्थ नोट डाउन कर लेना इसको। It was that then go and take the NOC, and without NOC you cannot take your betel nuts from the port. In that way, he M. Mohammed filed a case. He challenged the order of the commissioner, and he filed it before the Madras High Court. Come to the Madras High Court. What happened? Directly he filed the writ. As you know, that matter was heard by the single bench. Matter was heard by the single bench. And single bench, what was the decision of the single bench? Single bench decision was that writ petition was dismissed. Why writ petition was dismissed? These are the reasons I will discuss later on. When the single bench dismissed the writ petition of the M. Mohammed, then he filed appeal before the division bench of same High Court. This is called intra appeal. This is called intra appeal, मतलब एक ही बॉडी से एक ही इंस्टीट्यूशन में आप अपील करते हो तो इंट्रा अपील कहलाती है। तो ये इंट्रा अपील थी, सिंगल बेंच के खिलाफ उसी कोर्ट में डिवीजन बेंच में आप केस फाइल करेंगे तो ये इंट्रा अपील कहलाएगी। तो डिवीजन बेंच में जब केस फाइल हुआ तो व्हाट वाज द डिसीजन ऑफ द डिवीजन बेंच? Decision of single bench was approved. It means finally decision was that M. Mohammed was not entitled for getting any benefit, and it was treated that ungarbled betel nuts is also food under section 3J of the Food Safety and Standard Act. In this way, this was the point. In this case, what was the discussed? In both the cases, main point was that meaning of food under Prevention of Food Adulteration Act as well as Food Safety and Standard Act 2006 was discussed, was interpreted. So my point is that everyone knows about the facts of the case, betel nuts case, या garbled betel nut, whatever is that you can use. Why single bench rejected the petition of the M. Mohammed? Reason was that single bench observed the areca nut, betel nuts, you can use as your wish, is an agriculture product and include to all fall within the definition of primary food. It was observed that areca nut is come under the definition of primary food, and primary food come under the definition of food. So that's why finally areca nut is the food. जैसे once you discuss the definition of the food said that any substance whether processed or unprocessed or partially processed or partially unprocessed. See the definition of the food. Definition of the food I will discuss later on also. Definition of food means any substance. Definition of food under the Food Adulteration Act as well as Food Safety and Standard Act. I am going to discuss definition under the Food Safety and Standard Act. Here section 3J talks about definition of food. J से जान मतलब कि जान देना, जान होना नहीं, जान देना है यहाँ पे। जे से जान, तो 3J टॉक्स अबाउट द फूड। सही बात है, अगर फूड रहेगा आइडिया तुम्हारी जान बचेगी ही नहीं। तुम्हारी जान मतलब कि किसी की जान नहीं बचेगी। तो माय पॉइंट इज दैट डेफिनेशन ऑफ फूड हैज बीन डिफाइंड अंडर सेक्शन 3J. It means parliamentarian were very clever. That's why they have put the word food under the definition of J. The food here that any substance that is either processed or partially processed or unprocessed. There are three types of substance: processed, partially processed, unprocessed. For example, I want to take an example. For example, there are three words: paddy, राइस, और तीसरे को तो मैं जानता ही नहीं हूँ, जिसमें कि कढ़ाई में या कुकर में बैठा करके जो बना देते हो, वो खाना होता है ना, डायरेक्ट चावल, उसको क्या कहते हो? तीन वर्ड है। एक वन इज द पैडी विच इज डायरेक्टली डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम द प्लांट्स, दैट इज द पैडी. Another is the rice derives from the paddy. It means unwanted substance of the paddy is removed and whatever is get, that is the rice. After getting the rice, whatever you do, you bring in your kitchen and you put into the cooker and you cook that rice, and after cooking the rice you eat that. It means there are three stages: unprocessed, for example paddy; partially processed, that is the rice; and finally processed, that is the whatever you have cooked into your cooker, that is finally processed. It says that definition of food is very wider. It does not only include processed but also partially processed as well as unprocessed. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जैसे हम लोग, तुम समझ गए होगे, मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बता देता हूँ। हम लोग क्या करते हैं गांव में कि खेत में क्या होता है, धान बो देते हैं। तो धान का प्लांट लगा देते हैं, धान बो देते हैं, तो धान अपना सीजन में, खरीफ की फसल है, 1-2 महीना में कटने लगेगा और कट जाएगा। जब धान कट जाता है तो धान से हम लोग उसको पीटते हैं। धान को पीटने के बाद उसमें से धान निकाल लेते हैं और नीचे वाला हिस्सा गाय भैंस को अपना काट कर खिला देते हैं। तो धान तो निकल गया। अब तुम कहोगे धान को तुम डायरेक्ट लेकर के खा जाओगे, चबा जाओगे, शायद अभी तुम इतना कैपेसिटी नहीं रखते हो। तो धान को क्या करते हैं, हम लोग सुखाते हैं। सुखवा कर बढ़िया से 2-4 दिन छत पर सुखवा करके ले जाते हो मशीन पर ले जा करके किसी मशीन वाले से उसको दराते हो। अब पता है कौन वर्ड यूज करता हूँ, भगवान है भरोसे है, समझ गए तो ठीक है। दराते हो मतलब उसको धान को मशीन में डालते हैं। जब धान को मशीन में डालते हैं तो मशीन जब चलती है तो उसके 2 पार्ट हो जाते हैं। एक साइड में राइस निकलता है और उसका एक साइड में अनवांटेड सब्सटेंस निकलता है। वैसे वो अनवांटेड सब्सटेंस नहीं है, जो अनवांटेड जिसको मैं कह रहा हूँ उसको ला करके गाय भैंस को अपना खिला देते हैं। तो राइस आ गया, तो पैडी तो हो गया, अनप्रोसेस्ड हो गया, राइस हो गया, प्रोसेस्ड हो गया, अब पार्सली प्रोसेस्ड। और प्रोसेस्ड का मतलब क्या हुआ, अब हम राइस को आ गए और डब्बा में भर दिए, बोरा में भर दिए, तो पूरा तो खा नहीं जाएंगे, उसमें से क्या करेंगे 3 मुट्ठी 4 मुट्ठी निकाल करके एक आदमी के लिए, 2 आदमी के लिए, जिसकी जितनी कैपेसिटी हो निकाल करके अपना बना लेते हैं कुकर में। जब कुकर में बन जाता है तो उसको हम खाते हैं, तो प्रोसेस्ड हो गया। तो फूड का डिफिनीशन जो यहाँ पे बहुत वाइडर है। यहाँ पे कह रहा है कि देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ फूड: अनप्रोसेस्ड फूड, partially processed food, or processed food. All types of food will come under the definition of food. But here what is that? Any substance, processed, partially processed, unprocessed. Important word is that, most important word is that substance must be intended for human consumption and includes primary human consumption. Suppose that there is a substance, that is a processed, partially processed, whatever might be that. But that substance is not for the human being. That substance for the animal. It is other thing that some human beings are so clever that they can consume even the substance for the animals. I am not talking about those things. Everyone knows about the Hodder scam. I am talking about that. Why I am highlighting Hodder scam? My purpose is not the political purpose. My purpose is that so that you can understand value of this particular provision. This is the most important thing. Suppose that there is a processed substance. Yes, anything can be substance. Anything can be processed, partially processed, but that must be for human consumption. एक हम लोग मूवी देखते थे जिसमें कोयला मूवी थी. कोयला में कोल क्या होता है? सब्सटेंस तो होता ही है. कोयले को कई तरह से रिफाइन भी किया जाता है. कुछ कोयला अनप्रोसेस्ड होता है, पार्सली प्रोसेस्ड होता है, प्रोसेस्ड होता तो है. लेकिन आप देख रहे हैं कि हीरो के मुंह में डाल देता है वो क्या बोलते हैं, जलता हुआ हाँ जलता हुआ कोयला ही डाल देता है. तो आप क्या कहें, कोयला फूड की डिफिनीशन में आएगा? अगर हम कहेंगे आएगा तो हम कहेंगे कि देखो ये सब्सटेंस तो है, ये चलो कोयला है भाई, प्रोसेस होकर के कोयला के फॉर्मेट में आ चुका है. लेकिन तुरंत अखिलेश बोलेगा कि नहीं सर कोयला नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि कोयला ह्यूमन कंजम्पशन के लिए यूज नहीं होता है. आपका आर्गुमेंट सही है कि सब्सटेंस भी है, प्रोसेस भी हो चुका है, लेकिन ह्यूमन कंजम्पशन के लिए यूज नहीं होता है. My point is that at the time of writing the definition of the food, you should be very clever. That's why, as you know that, see why several times question has been asked regarding definition of the food. 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, it will be asked in future. Why? It means I will discuss later on. But for example, there are three types of substance, either processed, partially processed, or unprocessed. That must be for the human consumption, intended for the human consumption, rather than for construction, rather than for the animal. That will come under the definition of food. I will discuss more. Even some more things come under the definition of food, but I will discuss later on. So what happened in this case? This was I will discuss later on. Main पर आ जाते. Come to the point. Yes. My point is that एक मिनट. देखो लॉ को समझने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका मैं हमेशा बताता हूँ कि तुम लोग बस हमेशा ध्यान में रखो कि इस वर्ड को जगह सब्स्टिट्यूट करके दूसरा वर्ड रख देंगे तो क्या इफेक्ट आएगा. If a student is competent to substitute the words by the similar words, he is the best scholar of the law. He can understand the law in a proper manner. Okay, this was why the single bench. Yes, most important point was that in that definition, it was said that it includes primary foods. It includes primary foods. It means food safety definition of food says that any substance processed, partially processed, unprocessed, intended for human consumption, and includes primary food. Includes primary food. Okay. Oh, come. See, what was the single bench was said? Single bench said that areca nut, betel nut is an agricultural product. Include to fall within the definition of primary food. Areca nut come under the definition of primary food. What is the meaning of the primary food? I will discuss later on. But for example, a direct production of any substance from the agriculture, horticulture seed. Primary food का मतलब क्या होता है? Direct production means article of food being produced from which things? Agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, dairying, aquaculture in natural form, and it was produced, cultivated, picking by any person other than farmer or fisherman. Other than farmer or fisherman, it come under the category of primary food. The simple thing is that in one word, primary food means those food which directly comes from the agriculture, horti, animal, dairy, aquaculture. That is called the primary. Single bench observed that areca nut is the primary food. In the primary food, that such primary food is converted into the definition of food as under section 3J. Okay. First of all, areca nut is the primary food. Primary food is the food. जैसे हम लोग नहीं कहते हैं कि all homicide is not the murder culpable homicide, but all culpable homicide is murder, but all murder culpable. ऐसे नहीं तीन बना लेते हैं, तीन सिनारियो, तीन चीज का रिलेशन बना लेते हैं ना. इसी तरह से ये भी कह रहा है areca nut is the primary food. Primary food come under the definition of food. So areca nut is the food. समझ में आ गया होगा. इससे ज्यादा समझाने को टाइम वेस्टेज होगा, मजा नहीं आएगा. Next was said that the definition of food given under this particular act and old act, that is Prevention of Food Act, both are different definition, and so writ petition was dismissed. What was said by the division bench? Division bench of Madras High Court said that whatever ratio has been accepted by the single bench, that is the good, and there is no need to interfere. So appeal was dismissed. Finally, M. Muhammad was unable to get any types of remedy from the honorable courts. This was the brief facts and this. Now come to the issues. This is the important points. I will, as you know that after discussing the facts, I am going to discuss the issue. What was the issue? This is the important points. Issue C. Whether ungarbled betel nuts is the areca nut a betel nut? अनगार्बलेड बीटल नट क्या होता है, अरेका नट क्या होता है, इसको सिंपल में समझ लो. पहले तो हम बीटल कहें या अरेका कहें, बोथ आर द सेम वर्ड्स, इसमें कंफ्यूज मत होना भाई. बीटल और अरेका बोथ आर समथिंग. हियर एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड इज दैट अनगार्बलेड वर्ड्स. एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड इज दैट अनगार्बलेड वर्ड्स. So what is the meaning of ungarbled? Ungarbled means any substance which is without any process. Without any process. जैसे मान लीजिए कि हमने क्या किया, सुपारी का पेड़ जब देखोगे ना, गूगल पे डालोगे बीटल नट या अनगार्बलेड बीटल नट्स, एरेका नट, व्हाट एवर यू पुट इनटू द गूगल, तो गूगल नट में जब डालोगे तो तुम्हें जो नारियल का पेड़ होता है ना, बड़े बड़े लंबे लंबे पेड़ होते हैं, उसी तरह का पेड़ होता है. और तुम लोग उसमें भी देखे होगे, क्या बोलते हैं कि बाहुबली 2 में देखे जब कैसे पेड़ में वो रस्सी बांध करके पेड़ को नीचे से झुका करके ऊपर फेंकता है तो एकदम आसमान मुड़ करके पहुंच जाता है, सब उसी तरह का पेड़ होता है इसका भी. तो अब कहता है कि अनगार्बलेड बीटल नट्स जो होते हैं, अनगार्बलेड बीटल नट्स आर दोज बीटल्स which are recovered directly from the trees and there is no any further process. जैसे ही हमने बीटल को ट्री से, प्लांट से अलग किया, अलग करके रखा है, अभी उसको कोई धुलाई नहीं हुई है, कोई सफाई नहीं हुई है, उसके ऊपर का जो टाइट कवर होता है उसको कुछ भी नहीं हटाया गया है. मतलब there is nothing done except taking that beetles from the trees, that is called ungarbled betel nuts. Okay, so what is the betel nuts? After getting the ungarbled betel nuts, you will start the process. You will start the process to remove its hard cover. To remove its hard cover, and removing in hard cover takes much more time, near about at least 1 month. 1 month कम से कम लगता है, तब जाकर के प्रॉपर वे में अनगार्बलेड बीटल नट्स के जो सब्सटेंस होते हैं उनको रिमूव कर दिया जाता है और वो बीटल नट में कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. जैसे नारियल है, इस प्रेजेंट टाइम में मंदिरों में पूजा पाठ हो रहा है, तो नारियल में देख रहे हो कि जो हम लोग मंदिरों में चढ़ा रहे हैं, तो नारियल में वो लगा रहता है ना, खजूर वजूर सब कुछ लगा रहता है, तो उसको हटाने में टाइम तो लगता है ना. तो जब एज इट इज लाओगे, अनगार्बलेड बीटल नट कहलाएगा. And after processing, after removing everything, that will call the betel nuts. In this question, there is no controversy regarding the betel nut. Everyone accepts that betel nut is the food for the purpose of definition, that is the 3J. इसमें कोई controversy here. No controversy. But where is controversy? Controversy is on the point of ungarbled betel nuts. Okay. One side, Muhammad was saying that it talks about consumption for human being. Food means any substance processed, partially processed, or unprocessed, which for consumption of human being, including primary food. He was saying that, Mr. Muhammad was saying, Mr. Millard, this is the ungarbled beetles. People is not going to consume unless I remove unwanted substance. According to him, unless garbled beetle convert into the betel nut, no one is going to consume it. So that's why that is not come under the definition of food. Okay. So what was the reply by the court? Court was said that question is that whether ungarbled betel nut and areca nut both are same things. Answer is that no, both are different things. But both come in the definition of food. Both are different, but both come under the definition of food. Ungarbled betel nut, after processing, becomes betel nut. After processing, becomes betel nut. Definition of food provided under 3J talks about processed, partially processed, or unprocessed. So, unprocessed, ungarbled betel nuts is a food. My point is that why court said that this is the food? Court said that there are three types of food. There are three types of food: processed, unprocessed, partially processed. Court said that, for example, see, what was the reply? This is the definition of the food. Ungarbled betel nuts, this is the ungarbled betel nuts. This is also known as a raw material. This is known as a raw material. This is the unprocessed. This is the unprocessed. Here, this is the betel nut. Here, this is the betel nut. This is the purified. This is the processed. This is the processed. Question arises whether ungarbled betel nuts will come under the definition of food or not. आपको आंसर देना है. रानीबा, आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट्स? हेलो, गाय बने है रानीबा. हेलो, नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम इसका. Elisa Lakra, who is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Raniba, I am asking one question. My question is that,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
listen, our question is that whether ungarbled betel nuts will come under the definition of food or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it will come. Why? What is the reason? बेचारे टावर का प्रॉब्लम हो जाए कहाँ का. See, reason is that there are three types of food: processed, unprocessed. Here betel nuts. Here betel nuts. Wait. Yes, here betel nuts is the processed. This is the BETEL है भाई. Here betel nut is the processed. Come on this point. Regarding unprocessed, here ungarbled betel nut. Okay. How many types of food? Three types of food: processed, unprocessed, partially processed. In this case, there is no question of partially processed. In this case, question was that processed and partially processed. So question is very simple. Whenever I talk betel nuts, this is the processed. Whenever I talk ungarbled betel nuts, this is the unprocessed. Although there is a difference between betel nuts and ungarbled betel nuts, but both come under the definition of food. but both come under the definition of food. This is also come, this is also come. Although there is a difference between beetle and ungarbled, but both are come under the definition of food. This is the answer of the first issue, which is the most important point for your writing in your semester exam. Point is that come to the another point. Answer was that yes, food. There are in this case there is a difference between the food. Both are the food. There are differences between both, but both are the food. Ungarbled is the raw material. Betel nut is purified. Unprocessed is the food. Here processed is the this point. Next question is that is ungarbled betel nuts come under the definition of food? Yes, it come under the definition of food because here we can connect from this point. Here you can connect. Yes, you can connect. Reason is that because it is unprocessed and according to definition of food, any substance processed, unprocessed are partially processed. Next question is that what is the next question? Is any difference between the definition of food under the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act? पार्थ यहाँ पे करेक्शन करना है यार, छूट गया है. यहाँ पे होना चाहिए प्रिवेंशन ऑफ फूड एडल्ट्रेशन एक्ट, प्रिवेंशन ऑफ फूड एडल्ट्रेशन एक्ट, rather than PAF. It must be PFA, Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1950. Honorable Madras High Court held that yes, definition given under section given under FSS 2006 is wider. For example, why this is the reason? Because there are two words. For example, I will take why definition of food given under the Food Safety Act is the wider. Reason is that see why the reason most important is that you can understand this is the applicable in all law. This section 2B talks about the definition of the food under which particular act? Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. Under Food Safety and Standard Act, which particular section? Section 3J talks about Food Adulteration Act. Why definition given by the 2000 Act is wider? What is the reason? Reason is a logical reason. For example, I want to take earlier when this act was enacted in 1954. At that time, no one was expecting that in the future there will be circumstances in which you have to purchase the water. When that act was enacted in 1954, at that time we were struggling for the grain, for the fruits, for the milk. We were not struggling for the water. That's why at that time no one can expect that after the 50 years Indians will be bound to purchase the drinking water. No one was expected. That's why in that act, under the definition of food, water was not mentioned. But today, nowadays, situation is totally changed. Person is bound to purchase the drinking water. Unfortunately, even in Delhi University, our students are 10,000 students. But everyone knows about the purified drinking water. Everyone knows, no need to say anything, everything is recording here. So that's why my point is that, so at that time no one was thinking, but present time, so that's why at present time, packed water come under the definition of food, but at that time, packed water was not coming under the definition of food. सिचुएशन के हिसाब से परिस्थितियां चेंज होती हैं, डिमांड भी चेंज होती हैं, उससे डिफिनीशन को भी चेंज कर दिया जाता है. ओके, दैट इज द गुड पॉइंट्स. थर्ड इशू वाज दैट वेदर definition of the food given under the Food Adulteration Act is wider or definition under FSS Act is wider. Answer was that definition given under FSS is wider. Next question was that is the ratio of Al Marwa traders versus Assistant Commissioner of Imports is applicable in this case? First of all, I want to say what was said in the Al Marwa traders case. Al Marwa case, although was decided in 2007, but case was pending from the many years. So case was decided according to the old act, according to the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act rather than Food Safety and Standard Act. मतलब मालवा का जो केस था मारवा का, और जो पुराना कानून था फूड एडल्ट्रेशन ऑफ फूड के रिगार्डिंग एडल्ट्रेशन ऑफ प्रिवेंशन ऑफ फूड, उसके हिसाब से डिसाइड हुआ था, नए एक्ट के हिसाब से डिसाइड नहीं हुआ था. But it was the most suitable judgment for the petitioner. In this case, Kerala High Court had held that ungarbled betel nut does not come under the definition of food. Ungarbled betel nut does not come under the definition of food, in which case it was said, Al Marwa case it was said. And this case was cited by whom? By the appellant, by the M. Muhammad. But in this case, court rejected ratio of this case. Why court rejected ratio of this case? Honorable Madras High Court said that Marwa case was decided according to definition given in the old act. Whenever I say the old act, you can presume 1954 act. Whenever I say new act, you can presume 2006. Oh, time हो गया है. Okay, I will take only 5 minutes. भाई लीव करने से पहले बता देना, तुम सब लीव कर जाते हो पता भी नहीं चलता है. I will take only 5 minutes. Wait. Yes. Al Marwa case, it was rejected by the Madras High Court. Why? It was said that this case was decided according to the old definition, according to the definition of food given under the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. And present time, definition given under the FSS Act is totally different and much more wider. So at present time, according to the FSS Act, ungarbled betel nut come under the category of food. मतलब ये हुआ कि अल मारवा का केस जो डिसाइड हुआ था, जो पुराना कानून था 1954 का, उसके हिसाब उसके सेक्शन 25 में फूड को डिफाइन किया गया था. और जब उसके हिसाब से डिफाइन किया गया था, ओल्ड एक्ट से डिफाइन किया गया था, तो केरला हाई कोर्ट ने कह दिया कि अनगार्ब्लेड बीटल नट्स फूड के डिफिनीशन में नहीं आता है, इसलिए आप इसका बिजनेस कर सकते हैं, इसमें एनओसी लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. लेकिन इस केस में क्या कहा गया था, मोहम्मद के केस में कहा गया, कोर्ट ने कहा कि देखिए भाई वो पुराना डिफिनीशन के हिसाब से केस डिसाइड हुआ था, अब नया डिफिनीशन आ गया है 3J में, और एक पुराना एक्ट रिपील भी हो चुका है, इसलिए हम पुराने रेशियो को नहीं फॉलो करेंगे और नया रेशियो में फूड का डिफिनीशन वाइडर है, सो इस केस को रिजेक्ट कर दिया गया. तो दैट वाज द, इस आर्गुमेंट को रिजेक्ट किया गया. Last argument was that in that case what happened, it was said that suppose that any domestic law is silent, domestic law is silent, so whether international law can be applied for the protection of the life and health of the citizens. Answer is that yes, if the domestic law is silent and it is necessary to apply the international law for the protection of life and health of citizens, court can apply. Court can apply. As you know that, for example, in the case of Visakhapatnam versus State of Rajasthan, this case is well known regarding the prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. What happened at that time in 1997, when this case was decided, at that time domestic law was silent regarding the prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. But international conventions on civil and political rights and several other conventions were talking about the prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. In that case, Honorable Supreme Court applied those international conventions in the domestic law, and it was said that international conventions can be applied if those are not contrary to domestic law. So in this case, it was also observed that if on any point Food Safety and Standard Act is silent and it is necessary to protect the interest and health of the citizens, in that circumstances we can apply the domestic law, we can apply the international law and there is no hurdle. For the example, in the case of Nilavati Bera case, Supreme Court applied international law. Visakha case, it was applied by the in that case. Finally, what was the conclusion? Conclusion was that ungarbled betel nut is food. Is food. So M. Muhammad was bound to take NOC, and without NOC, he can't take away his goods, his beetles from the port. And in this way, he was unable to get any benefits, and it was said that his ungarbled betel nuts come under the definition of Section 3J of the Food Safety and Standard Act. In the next class, I will discuss what is the meaning of the food. And thanks for everyone. चलो भाई स्टॉप करते हैं स्टॉप कर दें